Want to learn the biggest way to lie with statistics? Stand by, caller. Mark Twain has the famous quote, "There are lies, damn lies, in statistics." Funny, but the truth. There are many ways to achieve deceiving your audience with statistical analyses. Sometimes it's just out of innocence, and sometimes it's on purpose. So let's look at two graphs. Question is, which one is more variable? This first one comes from Excel. Variation looks pretty minimal. Here's another. Ooh, that looks ugly. Which is more variable? The first graph or the second graph? Now, if you're like most people, you said graph number two is more variable. If you are savvy, you're going, time out, Kevin. It's the same data. The y-axis is different. This concept has a fancy term called aspect ratio. All statistical software, engine room, and any other software you choose is designed to provide insight to the analyst. You can't gain insight by hiding the variation. You do it by exploding it as large as possible. In statistics, we call that the relevant range. Excel, on the other hand, has a fundamental flaw. It typically will include zero on the y-axis and even on the x-axis, regardless of the relevant range of the data. In this particular data set, we will never see zero, ever. Because we all use Excel in our daily lives, we just think, cool, Excel thinks it's okay, so it must be okay. And when we present to our senior management data we are uncomfortable with, the software hides the issues so we can skate through another review. So I'm going to redo this graph in Engine Room just so you can see the process. While I'm going to Engine Room, please like and subscribe down below. Thank you. All right. So we will exit out of that. I'm going to close that down. And we've got this data set over here. And the column that we were graphing is called our price. So I go up to measure and basic graphs, or if you've got it configured, it'd be statistics or graphs, excuse me. And then we drag over our price and we click continue and continue and continue. I don't like showing labels above the data. And there's the graph that we calculated before. The software is going to explode this up. And you go, well, wait a minute, Kevin, wait a minute. This isn't fair. Yeah, there's variation, but we don't care about this variation. To us, it's small. And now our management's going to get all upset about nothing. In that statement, you have just defined the answer to this problem. How to not lie with statistics. You should absolutely put down the specifications or limits on the graph. Give boundaries to what you think is important. So let's do a couple of examples. We'll head back to Engine Room. So the easiest way to do this in Engine Room is do a SPC chart. So under Control Charts, X Moving Range chart, we're going to drag in our price and we'll just say continue, continue, continue. And here we have the opportunity to put in some reference values. And it turns out that if we had values below 10 and above 24, we wouldn't care. As long as they're within those values, we don't care so much. So if we do that, we'll see that within our X moving range chart, we have the statistical process control limits, and those are actually inside our specification limits, the black lines. So everything is good, right? And so we would say, hooray, that's great. But what would happen if our specification limits were actually a bit tighter? So we could repeat this process. I'm just going to create a new graph. To do that, I'm going to drag in our price. And we'll just keep on saying, okay, okay, okay. And then this time, our specifications, anything below 16 is not good, and anything above 20 is not good. So now when we graph that, we go, oops, Houston, we have a problem. We've got a lot of data that's outside of spec. So if you want to lie with statistics, show them that Excel graph because this is bad news. All right. So in conclusion, always place reference lines or reference values on the y-axis to provide a picture of what the business cares about. Then your audience can make a more informed decision about the variation in the process. You have now avoided the biggest way to lie with statistics.